Hello and welcome to an action figure review. My name is Tyler G of Batman Figs on Instagram. What a year we're having, right? Well, anyway, let's get right into the action figure review. This is the Dark Knight's Metal slash DC Rebirth McFarlane DC Multiverse figure. Here's the box with the card in it. Here's the back of the box, so you know what the art looks like. Here are the Build-A-Figure arms for Batman the Merciless. And from what it looks like, they have a lot of great detail. So if you're planning on building that figure, at least it'll look very cool. This figure I saw today at Target. The only one I saw from this wave, I didn't see the Joker with wings or the Jokified Superman. I already have the Robin, or the Crow Robin, whatever it's called. But this figure I was actually really impressed with seeing it on the shelves. Okay, now this is so close to being the perfect Batman figure, the first one from McFarlane, that it pains me. So close. But there are a few things that I dislike. First of all, here's what the DC Rebirth slash Dark Knight Metal Batman's supposed to look like. It's supposed to, don't mind the dust, I haven't used this in a while, and I live in a desert. But the cape is supposed to be purple underneath. This guy, his cape is not purple underneath. So I don't necessarily think that that's okay, not gonna get it, but for some people that's a big no-no. Just like the figure falling right there. Let's get a closer look at this detail. So you can see, even on the Bat logo, he has some cuts and scratches on his armor, on his chest, bicep. He's got cuts all on the abdomen, on his belt. He's got some nicks, the legs. So there's a lot of detail, great detail. I mean, the metal's got cuts all over it on the axes. His face has a lot of great detail. The only problem with the face, though, or the head, we'll get into that. There is one problem with the head. But overall, the articulation is on point and on like par with anything else from this line. Well, let's go to accessories first, okay? The accessories, I love the accessories, but the one problem I'm finding with all the McFarlane action figures is when you go to put any of the accessories in their hands, it's always, you gotta fight to get those things in the hands on every figure. Even like well, this one's a little easier, this one, but for even like putting the gun on him, for using even the batons for Nightwing, it's hard to get them in. I don't know why it's so hard, but that's what she said. But it just is a little annoying that you gotta struggle just to get the figure to hold the accessory. And overall, the accessories are okay. I mean, the two axes, okay. It's really only, basically, like, he included it so you could do one pose with the figure, which is his famous pose, which I probably will have in my thumbnail for this. Outside of the axes, I mean, I could use them for other figures, but I would have liked to have, you know, a grapple gun or something like that. Something a little bit more Batman techy, maybe not a batarang, maybe not a grapple gun, but something else Batman-like, you know, something. There's not too many times you get to use these for a picture, unless it's a villain or some medieval knight. I mean, I'm glad I have them, because how many times are you going to find these kind of accessories? But the Batman itself, the articulation, well, let's look at the cape. I really like this cape. It's not too many times you get that much detail, and a cape that gives the illusion of movement, some kinetic energy to go in there. And in terms of articulation, we got the diaphragm joint. He could also move a little at the, oh, he can move at the waist. So you got two ways to move him around the waist and the diaphragm. His arms, that's really good, above 90 degrees. He has bicep swivel. He has the shoulder joints, which allow for some movement that you wouldn't otherwise have, make it look more natural. He's got double elbow. He can hold a cell phone. He's got legs that move about that far. He's got double knee. You can swivel the thigh up top. And he could move his ankle up and down as well as pivot it. Now, the head joint. This is the... I mean, I don't really care too much about the accessories. I don't care about the cape not being purple underneath. But I really am disappointed with the head joint. Let's get him over here in better light. You can see... Hopefully I can hold it steady long enough. Right along here, it looks like... Crap. Come on. You could see a line along the back of his head where it looks like he was going to have a joint where he can move right along the head. You know, pivot nicely. But this only has one joint. And it's in the neck. It's down here. So, I don't know. I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I'm not a big fan of it, but why not just do two joints there? So I know I'm being nitpicky, but when you get to this amount of Batmans in your collection, you gotta start being picky. And this is technically my job anyway, so I gotta point out the things that are good and the things that are bad. Overall, I would say that the best Batman still made from McFarlane is the White Knight version. I think that that's just in terms of look, gadgets, details, that overall that's the winner for the best Batman. But this one is really close. It just doesn't have I think one or two more accessories could have helped, especially when you're paying $25 for this one just to have the Build-A-Figure. I'd also feel getting a little bit, just one more joint in the head. But what do I know? I don't make the toys. I just take pictures of them. All right, let's do some size comparison. Okay, so you already saw the White Knight. Gosh, and that's another thing. I'm not a big fan of the ankle joints on these figures. It's so hard to pose them. First world problems, I know. So, he's a little bigger than the White Knight. Here's the first figure McFarlane raised up Batman. This looks like a joke now. Yeah, he's a little shorter. Animated series, a little shorter. It appears as if he's one of the bigger Batman too. Here's Arkham Asylum Batman. His ears help out a lot, but overall I think this is the biggest Batman so far. Let's take a look at him next to the Joker from Arkham Asylum. About the same height. Slade, old Deathstroke. They look great together. Let's get a Nightwing. That's not too bad. Nightwing has a huge head though. So does Barbara. And overall, I think especially the Bat family looks good together. All right, now I'll do one more. I'll show you how this guy looks, the Crow. All right, if you want to see more pictures of this figure, go to my Instagram. I'll have a link in the description box below. And if you just want to use that memory you got, it's at BatmanFigs, F-I-G-S, on Instagram. Hope you have a great day.